So you have discovered that you have a crack in your skimmer. So how can you fix this? Well, I mean, the obvious answer is you can replace the skimmer. And the reality is that at some point you're probably going to have to replace the skimmer. For now, if you wanted to try to fix it, the only option that you have really is to epoxy those areas where it's cracked. There's a few different ways a skimmer can crack. So you've got the main body of the skimmer, which is, a tube usually, and if it fills with water, then it can crack out and it can fracture in all sorts of ways. That's one way. The second way is the mouth of the skimmer that goes to the pool. If it freezes in there, that mouth can shatter. So those are the two different places that you'll typically see a skimmer crack. And as I say, replacement really is the reality at that point. But for a couple, maybe $20-$40 worth of epoxy, you can pick some up, some two-part epoxy, and just try to cover those areas. If you can manage to get the crack sufficiently stuffed full of epoxy and covered over, that epoxy is pretty amazing for how well it sticks to things, especially like plastic, even underwater. And you can do a repair. The problem is if there's any kind of movement in the ground at all, that's going to open up again. There's no elasticity to that kind of epoxy repair. So the reality is maybe you'll get another season out of it, but over the winter season it's probably going to fail again. That's what happens in a lot of cases where skimmers failed. So you could try epoxy. I mean, again, you could try the following year. Maybe you just epoxy it till the day you die and you never have to worry about this. Why are you even watching this YouTube video? But more likely you'll get one season if it works at all. Two is super pushing your luck, but you can try to save some money. The reality is if you notice that your skimmer's cracked for one reason or another, probably your winterization techniques need to be revisited, and most likely that skimmer is going to need to come out and be replaced at some point. With a vinyl pool, it's a fairly big job because it usually involves replacing the vinyl liner as well. On a concrete pool, it's a big job because that skimmer is just encased in a solid cube of concrete 3 feet thick in every direction. So it's a broken skimmer is not something that you want to have happen. You've got the one recourse of trying to epoxy to repair it, but definitely start saving to replace at some point soon.